there's YouTube. Come on, Twitch. Twitch, you shouldn't be this far behind. Come on. There it goes. There it goes. Alright. All's right with the world. Can finally get back to some trails in the sky. Ah. Okay, I did all that. Alright, we'll give it a couple minutes. Let people show up. I've been upstairs. Alright, another 2 minutes. Lindy, hello. Hope you're well. I broke my nail. Broke it, but good. Yep. So embarrassing. Hurt like a son of a gun, too. I pinched it in the car door. Alright, 10 o'clock. Let us begin. Hello everyone. Good evening to y'all. Andrew here. We're gonna play some more Trails in the Sky. Now last time, we had a library quest, I think. Approach the Man of Stone standing in silence within the mountain village pond, and ye shall receive. Now, last time, we went to Yoda Village, I don't know. What's it called? Probably not even close. Elmo Village, yeah, sure, close enough. So right in the center of the screen there, Elmo Village, which is a mountain village, and had a hot spring. And I was like, that seems like the place they're talking about in order to return the library, or get the library book and return it. So I went back to the footage, and it looks like I missed a little path near the hot springs. Am I going the right way? Yep. Near the hot springs. So that's what we're doing right now. We're heading back there. Because that seemed like the answer to the puzzle. I think my instincts were correct the first time. Nope. Back here. Okay, because I remember walking back here and I was like, oh, well, we're in a mountain village. Here's a body of water and a stone thing right there. But what I didn't see is if you look up on the map, you can see a walkway perpendicular to the one where I'm on. And it's right there. Yeah, I didn't see this last time, so... Found a package wrapped in oiled paper. There's the Urby woodpecker. That's the book we were looking for. Can we read it? Alright. We get a whole book to read. Bird of Legend! The Urby Scenic Route is... Thank you, Lindy. The Urby Scenic Route is a road lined with beautiful groves of slender trees on each side of its cobbled path. Oh yes. There we go. A notable sight frequently appearing in ancient royal court literature, it is thought by researchers that the scenery which knights once laid eyes on was far more spectacular than that which is seen today. Sadly, those vivid colors appearing in days of yore, that's a good word, yore, have long since been lost. I miss old words like that, like yore and hark. Actually, occasionally we'll... It isn't often that you get the opportunity to yell hark, but when you do, take it. You'll be glad you did. Those awe-inspiring hues of which are written in poem and song refer to the plumage of a single bird, its name, the Urby woodpecker. Presently, it is exceptionally rare to catch a glimpse of this brilliant azure bird. In fact, its extinction has even been suggested on more than a few occasions. In an interesting light, traditional songs sung by knights of times past make frequent mention of these birds as being a common sight. It undoubtedly seems as though... Pardon me. There used to exist an incomparably large population of these woodpeckers in contrast with their meager numbers in recent times. This brings us to the pivotal question of what fate exactly befell these birds over the course of the last several hundred years. Meteor strike. Peculiar mode of life. Jared liked my preview vid of... Oh, the Extra Life charity preview vid, if that's what you're referring to, the one I did today. Glad you did. If you guys look right under the, am I pointing the right way? Yeah, right over there, under this thing, you'll see the Extra Life banner. I'm doing the Extra Life charity marathon, 24 hours of video game streaming fun. That's 2 weeks, so starts at noon Pacific Standard Time on Saturday, November 7th. Raising money for the Rady Children's Hospital, so if you'd like to donate, go to that address there, extralife.org/participant/Andrew Eisen, and check out the page. You've got all kinds of donation milestones and incentives and goals and all kinds of cool stuff, so check it out. And we've 2 weeks out and already raised $120, so doing good so far. Alright, although the Urby woodpecker is in fact a woodpecker, it does not peck holes in the trunks of trees, the reason being, it cannot. In general, woodpeckers use their beaks to bore holes in the boles of trees for nesting, but for the Urby woodpecker, this is an impossible task. Consequently, they figured out another way to deal with this problem. Even if they do not bore the hole themselves, there are many other nesting holes for them to choose from. That's right, they will usurp a nesting hole made by another species of woodpecker. The Urby woodpecker, with a beak perfect for catching insects and its clever ploy of stealing a fellow's nesting hole, was believed to have the traits that would allow it to prosper indefinitely. Invasion of an invasive species. A sudden change occurred when a new, larger species of woodpecker came to live in the forest inhabited by the Urby woodpecker. This larger species had managed to migrate by way of boat from its distant native land. Ah, they chartered a ship. Nice. As nautical technology developed and trade began to flourish, the coming and going of marine vessels became increasingly dynamic. However, those which traveled on these boats and ships were not always human. Yep, bunch of birds in a trench coat and hat. Blending in with various freight and cargo, these creatures from other lands managed to come ashore one after another. With the introduction of this larger species of woodpecker, these smaller species, which were once endemic to Liberal, gradually left the Urby forest in search of new habitats. Life also became problematic for the Urby woodpecker, as its nesting hole size differed greatly from the outsiders. outsiders. Yet despite these drawbacks, it continued to stay in the forest. With the other small species of its habitat being driven out, finding another woodpecker's nesting hole became increasingly difficult. If a nesting hole could not be found, the Urby woodpecker, of course, could not reproduce either. Thus, chances for reproduction among its kind gradually decreased, and a long era of decline set in among them. Cleverness and their eventual downfall. The Urby woodpecker, with its clever methodology of using the nesting holes of others, enjoyed a brief period of prosperity. However, having abandoned their ability to bore holes for themselves some millennia before, left them unable to cope with the abrupt changes in their environment. On the other hand, those other species of woodpeckers, despite having been displaced by invasive species countless times, have continued to prosper today as they have in times past. There are many things which we ourselves can learn from these tiny birds, so if you should happen to see one of these azure rarities flying among the trees of the grove-bordered avenue on the Urby Scenic route, please remember the struggle they have been forced to endure. Alright. Library book get. Let's head back. 2 high-pitched squeaks. Don't know what that was. I saw a really big spider today. It was pretty cool. It was like the size of a... like a ping pong ball. I mean, it's big enough that I was like, is that a spider in a web? That looks way too big to be supported by a web. By gum it was. Oops, wrong button. Unfortunately, I didn't have my phone with me, so I couldn't take a picture. Oh, have you made some progress? Yep, you betcha. We brought you your book. Please take a look to be certain. And we handed over the woodpecker. The book, anyway. So we completed that. Alright. Oh my. This is indeed the right book. Thank you for finding it. Like there was ever any doubt. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a wild goose chase. I'm quite impressed that you actually managed to find it. Now I know I can leave the rest of the work in your hands. Wait, what? Rest of the work? I thought that's all you want. What rest of the work? There's more? Traditionally, the researchers would hide 3 books. This leaves us with 2 still yet to be found. Did I not tell you? No, Constance, you did not. This is most definitely the first I've heard of it. Ellipsis, how odd. But you're already aboard the ship, so to speak, so I hope I can count on your full support until the end. Well, I guess so, ellipsis, but ellipsis. You mean we have to deal with another unhinged person's idea of a game? Speaking of which, it's just like back in Rouen. No need to worry, the next book's hint has no words. Really? The proof is in the pudding. I have never seen proof in pudding. And I've had pudding in my time. I've had chocolate, I've had tapioca, I've had butterscotch, but never, ever have I seen proof in any of those puddings. See for yourself. Alright. That's the funniest ellipsis in the game so far. You gotta be kidding. No comments or anything. Ellipsis. The name of the book in question is Hertz's Adventure 2. Hertz's, ellipsis, add, ellipsis, Ven, ellipsis, sure, ellipsis 2. Got it. Oh, she's writing it down. I go, okay. Only the first part remains in the library, so it gets quite frustrating having to listen to patrons ask about the sequel constantly. Well, I hope this gets you fired up to find it. Lovely, ellipsis. Another brain teaser to figure out. I take back what I said about the stupid poetry. I'd much rather do that. Oh well, either way, we'd still be stuck trying to puzzle it out. Well, best of luck. I'll be waiting here as always. Alright, we'll be off then. We'll We'll be back with that book before you know it. Alright. Unfortunately, it's been like over a week since I played this game, so that's not familiar to me, so we're gonna have to wander around a little bit. But obviously, like, between 4 pillars or something. You know, here's a pillar, there's light, but there isn't one over here, so otherwise it might be right here. Hi! Meow? What are you saying, cat? Cat is saying... What's wrong? Oh, nothing's wrong, but thanks for asking, kitty. I took a picture of the cat book, so now we have all the phrases. That's right. Now, if any cat ever speaks to us, we'll be able to look up what it says, because I can't take the library book with me, which kind of sucks, but oh well. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's try Wolf Fort. Of course, it could be totally a, structure out here somewhere. Whoop, just walked into something. Oh, it's shiny palms! Hey! Accidentally walked into a shiny palm. Hi, shiny palm. Are you guys weak to anything? I forget. Not a damn thing. Hi, Dallas. You remember me from the Nintendo Let Me Give You My Money localization video back in 2011? Yeah, it's still doing stuff, and I somehow haven't aged. Well, that's kind of you to say. Thanks. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have any criticals coming up. That's a shame. That is a hardy palm.
Here I come.
Fudge. It's gonna run away. Ah, darn.
We're good to go.
If only I'd teed it with me. Where am I? Where was it going? Okay, down here. Yeah, Nintendo didn't quite get all the games I was whining about back in 2011. Still didn't get Disaster Day of Crisis or, what was it, another Code R? It's a shame, those looked fun. Nope. Oh, pardon. See, it could be like the 4 beds here, and right in the middle, but there's nothing really in the middle of them. Did I already go in here? I think I did. Yeah. Alright, doesn't seem to be here. Yeah, the main 3, the Rainfall games, all of them eventually got here. So that's good. And they were good, too. Xenoblade Chronicles actually became popular enough that it became a series. Pandora's Tower was actually a lot of fun. I really liked that one. And, whoop, hello. And, last story? The last story, yeah. It was a lot of fun. I actually liked Last Story better than Xenoblade Chronicles. And Xenoblade Chronicles I liked quite a bit. Both those games are underrated, I think. Nice. It's really nice that Xenoblade Chronicles got its due, but sadly, while Pandora's Tower and Last Story did get releases, didn't quite get their due.
Let's move out.
I quite liked both of them. Yeah, Operation Rainfall, yeah. Ah, here we go. Yeah, 4 pillars and a big thing in the center. Hertz's Adventure Part 2! Alright, I'm so happy I could kick this woodland creature. Hello, small mammal that was not doing anything. It was minding its own business until I decided to walk up and hit with a stick. So apologies for being MIA last weekend. But that happens.
Let's move out.
I had some other stuff to take care of. But the other stuff has been taken care of, so we're all good now. And there's kind of a funny story behind it. And I'll probably tell that during the podcast tomorrow. So if you're interested in where the hell I was and what the hell I was doing, tune into Molehill Mountain tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific. Wee, creepy sheep. Remember to read the book. I'm navigating by the map instead of watching where I'm going. Remember to read the book, remember to read the book, remember to read the book, read the book, read the book, read the book, read, read, read. Okay. Yep. Okay. Hertz's Adventure Encounter with the Spectacled Genie. Oh, yeah, right. We read the first part of this, which are 2 heroes ran across a genie in the desert, and the genie had glasses, tried to kill them, but missed because, couldn't see them very well. And we have glasses too, and the genie is like, whoa, they're magic. Anyway, those magical spectacles must be capable of seeing the true nature of anyone who stands before them. After a fitful bout of shaking from excitement, but this time making sure to check that its own spectacles were aligned, the genie gazed down resolutely at young Hertz. There's no point in having a boy such as yourself hang on to such an invaluable item. In fact, it would be in your best interest to hand them over. Otherwise, Ellipsis had trailed off. But instead of elaborating on its threat, the genie simply extended its arms once more. This time, the genie picked up a boulder much larger than any normal person could lift. Yeah, because normal people like me can only lift small boulders. I don't know. Can any of us normal folks lift any rock sizable enough to be categorized as boulder? And young Hertz and Midas watched as the massive rock disappeared into the fiery depths of its open mouth. Not what I expected them to do with it, causing the wind to stir as it clamped down its distended jaws with incredible force. The genie gulped down the large rock as if it had been a light snack, and not a moment later a hollow sound like something thrown into a deep well echoed in the depths of its belly. So, Ellipsis, have I made myself clear? If you do not hand over those spectacles, it is you who will end up being my next sweet morsel. It's an odd demo, but hey. Midas looked at young Hertz with a frightful gaze. Did you see that humongous mouth of his? He's the real deal, all right, Ellipsis. It's just like the rumors say. Yeah, but that still leaves us with another problem, Ellipsis, sighed young Hertz. Without my glasses, I can't continue my travels. As young Hertz stood pondering his dilemma, another large boulder by his feet disappeared into the genie's voracious mouth, followed once again by the ominous hollow echo from beneath its sable garb. But if he eats us, then we're both done for. Ellipsis, argued Midas as he stood shivering with fright, imagining the candy he had swallowed not minutes before. I guess you're right, Ellipsis, concluded young Hertz, and he stepped closer to the genie. All right, good sir, we'll give in to your demands. Being swallowed whole doesn't sound like much fun, he declared. And a wise choice you've made, boy, replied the genie. After taking a long look at young Hertz's face, the genie narrowed its eyes and a plethora of wrinkles crinkled about their corners. Young Hertz said nothing as he unseated the pair of glasses from his nose and obediently placed them at the feet of the genie. So these are magical spectacles, Ellipsis, the creature said in a voice quivering with excitement as it squatted down, its face drawing closer to where they lay in the sand. Impatiently, it tossed aside its own spectacles, and after blindly searching by hand for the object of its fascination through the soft, granulated sand, it picked them up and placed them snugly atop its nose. These are no less than magical spectacles indeed, it cried in a tremor of delight as it danced around, causing its robe to flutter about wildly. With these, I shall have nothing to fear, and with one last deafening screech it disappeared just as suddenly as it had arrived. The drifting echo of its voice faded, and the two boys once again stood alone on a sea of white sand. Midas scanned the area around them. It looks like he's really gone, he said, his voice weak with relief. Indeed, there was no sign as far as the eye could see of the black-robed figure. Feeling a pang of sympathy as he looked at the side of young Hertz's face, who strangely seemed to be amused about something, Midas began to rummage through his pocket looking for a piece of candy to offer his friend as a token of solace of the loss of his trusty eyewear. Walking up to the other boy, Midas held out the piece of candy, its silver wrapped half undone. Don't be disheartened, old friend. It's not like this is the last adventure we'll have. I think, Ellipsis, I'm going to be just fine, Ellipsis, replied young Hertz. His voice was subdued, but the adventurer's eyes twinkled with laughter. Then, as if harking back to some past event, he continued his thoughts aloud. Man, that genie must have been blinder than a bat with no eyes, he said in astonishment. Midas stared at young Hertz uncomprehendingly until the other boy turned fully toward him, a grin splitting his face from ear to ear. Then Midas saw it, and a smile of his own spread across his face. For there, resting on top of his friend's nose, was something which had grown familiar to him over the years. In the end, it seems like the poor fool managed to mistake his own glasses for mine, young Hertz went on in a comical tone. So the ones you're wearing now are... Ellipsis, Midas asked, though the silver rims of the glasses already confirmed it. Yep, they're the exact ones I put on this morning. With a happy air, young Hertz took the sugary treat from his friend and popped it into his mouth. Well, I mean, you're not forlorn over the loss of your trusty eyewear, so you don't get the candy now, you presumptuous twit. However, this time, as the honeyed glaze of the candy balls they carried in their mouths melted away, both he and his friend made certain not to swallow them whole. Choked to death, yeah. You know, Midas said as they walked along, even if there were such things as magical spectacles, I don't think they'd amount to anything in his possession, because, as you and I both know, he has a habit of losing them when things matter the most. The end. Okay. Let us return this book, like the good little doobies we are. Oh, Ellipsis. Did you find the book by any chance? Hehe, Ellipsis, indeed we have. Again, please check it over just to be certain. Make sure, it's not... the pages aren't blank and all the pages are there. And, it's not just a dictionary we covered with a different dust jacket. And hand it over, and we completed the quest. Yes, this is the genuine article. And that leaves us with just one left. Ellipsis, I need a break. What kind of book are we chasing down this time anyway? Ellipsis, I'll spare you the teasing this time. The last one is entitled 31 Cypress Trees. Can you guess what it's about? What the contents of the book may contain? And here's its card. It's got more of that unusual writing on it. Ah, you 3-1 cypress trees nestled atop this grassy hill, afflictions of far-off lands, draw nigh unto me like wine barrels tumbling lightly down a soft incline as they drift into reverie, enveloped within the resonance of the toiling bell. Ah, man, more of this gibberish. I think I'm actually starting to get used to these. Another riddle, Ellipsis. Is this your specialty or something? Well, Ellipsis, your task is the same as before. May I deal with yourself? Speed you on your way to success. Alright, we're going. Pardon us. Alright. Nope, I don't know. Excuse me, creepy sheep. Whoops, just ran into a monster.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Barrels. That's right, the Jack and Squat pub. See, I was thinking, you know, unto me like wine barrels tumbling out. And the 3-1, there's 3 barrels. Yeah, it was a thought. Not sure what the, you know, the parentheses 3FL. More barrels. Where are those drums? There's also some barrels or drums or whatever you want to call them in the basement. See, here's 3. In the basement of the main town. Barrels. So that does not appear to be it. I ran into a monster.
Piece of cake.
It got on a tree. And ran into a monster again. That's what you get for that's what you get for turboing.
Piece of cake.
Alright, let's see if anything sticks out here. You blend in so well. Be the death of you. See, blends in so well, just completely missed.
We're good to go.
Oh my goodness. Oh, got a dirty carrot out of it. Score. Alright, let's see. Unless that means, you know, parentheses 3 and parentheses FL means third floor. Anyone got any barrels with books or anything? Some barrels. Or maybe they're drums. That seemed pretty likely, right? You got the 3 in parentheses and FL, so third floor. We're on the third floor. Barrels is capitalized, so barrel! Yeah, that could have been it. Apparently not. Hey, you. Probably gonna be one of those things I won't figure it out until I actually find it. I'll be like, oh, that's what it meant. Barney, hello. What do I think of Hotline Miami? It's got a really nice style. Oh, here you go, tomatoes. I've played it. It's not really my kind of game, but you know, plays well. It's got a great style. Soundtrack's pretty good. We're on the third floor, right? It's the archives. Well. It's been going on for a while there, buddy. Are you sure everything's okay? What say you? Yeah, I'm alright. Nothing particular. What is that flash? It's the smoke alpha that's going in front of the screen. There it is. Yeah, that's what it was. I was swinging the camera. I was clipping this chimney and the alpha effect from the smoke. I was seeing that flash in front of them. Like, what the hell is that? At this point, I'm kind of brute forcing it. I'm just gonna rub up against everything until I find it. But I didn't see any building names that you know, had initials FL. So another linen room. I can't go in. For a second there, I thought Joshua was an NPC. I was like, oh, hey, new person. Oh, no. Unleash the fury of cleaning, yes. Is this the door? Hello, door. Where's this go out to? Oh, we didn't, where's this go now? Oh, the other gate. Let's look over there. I thought my third floor idea was pretty good. I'm sad that wasn't the answer. Barrels. More barrels. Barrels. Jugs. Barrels. Oop, barrels. What is with these two? They just run around rubbing up against all the barrels. These two are weird. Looking for library books. On our honor as bracers, we will find them. Barrels. Boxes. Terrible view. More barrels. That's in the third floor of this place. Ah! There we go. Okay, so I was right on third floor. It's just third floor of the whatever gate I'm at. Okay. Woohoo, found it. That's the last one, Ellipsis. Now we can finally finish up our work for the librarian. You ain't kidding. Huh? What's wrong? There's a card stuck in the book. And something's written on it. Oh no. You have done well. Though I know you not, I salute you for coming so far. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a quartz researcher and the criminal who hid the 3 books. Dude, I mean, yeah, you should always return your library books, but I think you're going a little far. I've used the riddles as a way to find someone intelligent, to whom I could entrust my work. Someone intelligent, someone who has ample free time. And you lived up to my hopes and expectations remarkably. Consider the enclosed quartz your reward. Take care when examining it. Hey, we got a quartz. Thank you for all your time. I truly hope that my quartz will prove useful to you. P.S. If you have found this package by sheer chance, Ellipsis, how embarrassing, Ellipsis, and lucky you! Please return it to the second floor archives of the Central Factory. That's it. So it was all one big practical joke, so it would seem. Have you looked in the package? Oh, right, Ellipsis. Let's see what we can see, Ellipsis. Death Blow 3. Impede 3. I was half right. Hehe, Ellipsis, jackpot. I think we should check in with the client for the time being. Fine by me. I think actually Stella has Impede. Oh yeah, I'll just upgrade that. Don't mind if I do. Alright. So Impede 2 is 50% and 3, and this is 80% and 5. Very nice. And we get Arrow Storm. Fun. Boom. Alright. Ooh, we've got a large area of effect attack. It creates a massive vortex of slicing arrow blades. Fun stuff. Alright. Have barrels will rub. Hi, Estella. Did you find anything? Or rubbing up against all the barrels in the whole county of Zeiss or wherever we are? It's when you're not sure of a solution, you just brute force it. It's like when you're playing a point-and-click adventure game, and you just start going, You just all, move the mouse all the way out, just clicking every damn pixel in the room until you find something that works. Or, where am I going? This way. Or when you just, start using your inventory items one after the other, and then start using them on each other, seeing if you can combine anything, because you don't know what the hell to do. Oh, yeah. Did you ever figure out what the proper... I think they look fine. Be impressed with us. Oh, ellipsis. Oh, shoot, I forgot to read the book. Perchance have you ellipsis. If it holds constant, it should be on the shelf, though. Perchance have you ellipsis. Yep, we have the last book. Just to be sure, please take a look at it. We handed it over. Temp Librarian 3. Yeah, this is definitely it. I'm impressed you found all 3 books. Yeah, it took some perseverance and patience. Oh yeah, ellipsis, that's not all we found. It was right in the same spot as the book, ellipsis. Handed over the note and quartz left... Oh no, don't give away the quartz! Ellipsis, perhaps this is a clue as to his motivations. Still, regardless of the reason, you've done a great deal for me. You can keep the quartz for yourself. Thank you. I mean, it's, I already have it equipped. In return for having taken up so much of your time. Thank you. So, is that all you need us to do? Yep, that's a lot. Whew, that's a relief. I was afraid you were going to say you still had more work for us. You've worked so hard that there's really nothing left. Now I can retire. Haha, ellipsis. I am very grateful for your help. Now I can just relax for the time being, ellipsis. What? Ellipsis? Oh, it's nothing. Just pawned off all of my work on you, sucker. Thank you again. Feel free to come by any time. I have work. We will, thanks. Pleased to be of service. Hello. Alright, where's the book? No. Okay, there's the Hertz's Adventures. No. There we go. Alright. 31 Cypress Trees. The good farmer Sheprot, that's a good name, Sheprot, planted 5 cypress trees in his garden. The good farmer Sheprot dunged? Like, fertilized? Is that what dunged means? Dunged the earth carefully about them. The good farmer Sheprot suffered a year of pestilence. Well, I mean, wrong kind of dung. The good farmer Sheprot watched as all his trees withered away. The good farmer Sheprot planted another 7 cypress trees. The good farmer Sheprot dunged the earth about them even more. Suffered a year of bitter winter. Watched as all his trees snapped in the biting cold. Planted still another 9 cypress trees. Dunged the earth about them furthermore. Saw his trees grow into a great canopy. Watched as all his trees broke under the weight of a great snow. Planted yet another 11 cypress trees. That's 32? Did I count that right? Plucked those which were frail and cast them into the fire. Suffered another year of pestilence and great winter. Watched as his last tree grew into a magnificent fir. In order to confect a single grand cypress, the good farmer Sheprot planted 32 cypress trees. The good farmer Sheprot, with his loving goodness for them all. The good farmer Sheprot brought 31 cypress trees to the depths of ruination. Oh, okay, so 31 died, one lived. Okay. Poetry. Teh. Not a fan. No, not a fan. To the Bracer Guild! That was, there we go. Alright, what are we doing now? Speak with the factory chief. Who is where? Central factory, meet with factory chief, get some sort of information. Hey you, receptionist, where's the factory chief? Oh, you were the ones with Tita before? No? Welcome to the Central Factory. How can I help you? We, Ellipsis, are from the Bracer Guild. We'd like to meet with the factory head, if we may. Estelle reached into her pouch, paused for dramatic effect, then flourished the introduction note to meet the factory chief. Joshua looked stoic and tried not to roll his eyes. Ellipsis, see. Just a moment, please. Security! Hazel used the intercom, keeping one wary eye on Estelle all the while, making sure she doesn't rub up against any barrels. Sir, I'm terribly sorry to bother you during your ellipsis. Yes, ellipsis? Yes, sir. The people from the Bracer Guild are ellipsis. Ellipsis. Yes, sir, right away. Thank you for waiting. Factory Chief Murdoch will see you now. His office is upstairs on the second floor. Nice! I didn't think he'd see us so quickly. Let's not keep him waiting. I'm guessing it's the locked door. Yeah. Give me a cutscene. Alright. Hey! I've been waiting for you two. Estelle and Joshua, right? Yeah. It's, nice to meet you, sir. We're sorry to bother you at work like this. Can we have Tita? We need her in our party, because she has a gun and we like guns. No, don't worry yourselves about that. The Bracer Guild, Ellipsis and Cassius in particular, Ellipsis, have done a great deal for me in the past. They found a bunch of library books. Oh, yawn. It would be rude of me not to welcome his children. Huh? You know Dad? Everyone knows your dad, Estelle. Get it? I guess you might say that. He was my benefactor. Well, knows of him, at least. It's no exaggeration to say that the Central Factory produces the finest ordnance in the land. Naturally, the confrontations over our craft have never really stopped. Whenever we had a problem, we'd always contact the Roland branch and have him come over. Ellipsis, I see ellipsis. Ha! That explains all the business trips, then. And now, my benefactor's kids come to visit me themselves. So, what can I do for you? I'm happy to help. So happy, Ellipsis. Thanks, sir. It's kind of a long story, Ellipsis, but we explain it. I see, Ellipsis. Well then, Ellipsis. Would you mind if I had a look at this orbment? Sure, no problem. Estelle produces the black orbment and plops it on the desk. Ellipsis. Now, this certainly is an oddity. It's obviously made from modern materials, but the caliber isn't inscribed anywhere. Caliber? You mean the numbers that are carved into the orbment's frame? Exactly. It's almost unheard of for an orbment to be produced without them. That's not just in Liberal either. Most other nations on the continent are the same way. It's been a tradition dating back to when the orbments were first invented, 50 years ago. Huh, what's this you don't say. Estelle took out her combat orbment and eyeballed it suspiciously. You're right. There are numbers right there. Crazy. You mean to say that you've never noticed in all this time? Oh, you hush. But seriously, is it really that strange for one to have no caliber on it? It's pretty much a part of the production process, and that goes for any orbital factory. It's as if this one were a prototype or something. Oh my gosh. It's been a long couple of weeks. If so, I'd imagine it wasn't made to entertain at birthday parties, if you take my meaning. So, less with the sweet and awesome, more with the stabby-hurdy. Got it. Of course, I can't... the stabby-hurdy. I can't say for certain without looking inside. What is it? Ellipsis, I can't find the maintenance cover. And now that I really look at it, it seems to have no seams. It has no seams at all. How the hell was this thing made? Ellipsis, I don't see any way to check out the inside of it. Hit it with a hammer! Oh man, ellipsis. Would it be possible to get... Yeah, Lindy says, sleep early, I think you need it. Man, at this rate, I've been playing for, what, an hour? Yeah, a little over an hour, and I'm yawning to death. How am I going to make it through the marathon? Would it be possible to cut it open? How about dynamite? What if we got Tita here in our party and she shot it? That might work, yes, ellipsis. But I'd hate to just break something belonging to Cassius like that. Oh, ellipsis, okay, ellipsis. Ellipsis. Maybe we should let that professor handle it. Oh, right, ellipsis. The one mentioned in the note, ellipsis. Yeah, he should be able to tell us something. Eh? Yeah, Professor K or something. There was a note that was included with the Urban. And we show it. Please R, okay. Please, I knew it was one of those letters in the alphabet. Had a 1 in 26 shot there. Please ask Professor R to do an analysis, ellipsis. You wouldn't happen to know who this Professor R is, would you? Well, let me think, ellipsis. From the letter R, people that Cassius knew, it must be Professor Russell, Tita's dad, grandpa, one of the two? I thought so. Who's Professor Russell? Oh my gosh. Estelle, I haven't played the game in over a week, but even I remember the name. And wait a second, ellipsis, how do you know this guy? I don't, but I know of him. He's known as the person who brought orbital technology to Liberl in the first place. Hey, you know your stuff. As I'm sure you know, orbments were invented by Professor Epstein. Right. And Professor Russell was one of his disciples. 40 years ago, he brought the orbments and his knowledge back, and that's why Liberl is a technologically advanced nation. You might say that he was the father of the orbital revolution. Wow, now that is impressive. But could he hit things with a stick? Man, I had no idea Dad knew anyone like that. Even so, it worries me a little that you'll be letting the old prof handle this orbit. We have no idea what it is, really, ellipsis. Huh? Well, how to put this, ellipsis? For good or ill, he's a certified genius partner. When he gets an idea for a new invention in his head, there's just no telling what he'll do. Much like the time when he was developing the first orbital airship. Ah, so many died. What's with that far-off look, ellipsis? I guess that a lot's happened, ellipsis. Sorry. I've seen things. I'm sure that he'll be able to figure this thing out. Go find him and ask him about it. It can't hurt. Thanks, Chief. Where should we go find him? Maybe at his house? Let's just hold on a moment. Murdoch flipped the switch on the intercom. Testing, let's just... Ah, good. Actually, I've been looking for you. Sorry to bother you, but can you come here? Alright, I'll be waiting. What, did you just call the professor or something? Oh, no. He actually has a private workshop in town. He has all the latest technology at his disposal, so I know he can figure out something about that thing. Wow, he really must be a genius. Wait, then who did you call? His granddaughter. She works here at the factory. I'm sure the child will be happy to show you the way. Show me the way. The child? Excuse me. Tita! Your gun is back. I mean, you're back. Ah, you, Ellipsis. Oh, Ellipsis is still on Joshua. What is hanging off the back of her hat? Is that... Are those like long pigtails, or is it part of her hat? Not really sure. You mean you know each other? Yeah, as soon as she's back at our party, I'm gonna drag her into the caves and start beating up monsters. Yeah, Ellipsis, we only met a little while ago, though. So then I guess that she's the professor's granddaughter. Exactly. Tita, I've been talking with Estelle and Joshua here, Ellipsis. I'd like for you to show them the way to your house. To see Grandpa, Ellipsis? Okay, I will. I appreciate it. Ah, yes. If you learn anything new, I'd love it if you came back and told me. As an engineer, I'm extremely curious to know more about this. Sure thing. We're not going to. If you'll excuse us then, Ellipsis. Hey, I didn't think you'd be coming. And you're even the granddaughter of the famous professor. It's no wonder you're so comfortable with orbits. Hey, Ellipsis. Oh, come on, Ellipsis. Looking at her character art, no, that looks like... No, that's part of her hat. So... Huh. Okay. I'm still just studying under my grandpa, Ellipsis. Oh, by the way, Ellipsis, do you bracers have business with my grandpa? Well, Ellipsis, sort of. The situation is kind of complicated, and a little squirt like you wouldn't understand. We can explain everything once we see your grandfather. Oh, okay. My house is in the southwest corner of town. Get off the escalator and go straight until you reach the south entrance. Then turn to the west, and there it is. Got it. Well, let's get moving. Alright, are you in our party? Yar! Okay. Go. What's your orbit's looking like? Sealed slots? Sealed slots? Well, that won't do, young Tita. We'll have to fix that. No party members of mine are gonna run around with sealed slots. For crying out loud, which one is it? That's the... Nope, not that one. Camera! Which way was I facing? Gosh darn it. It's a bar. Well, we need to go in here anyway. Alright, see if you have anything that I want. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Revamp model, the PO3. You ever play Piano 3 on the GameCube? I liked that game. I really did. I thought it was a lot of fun. Alright, so... Still area small, but that's fine. We'll just take one of those. Well, okay. 123 up to 150. Yeah, that... Ooh, that is expensive, though. Pretty nice defense. Uh-huh. Whoop, forgot to equip her gun. Hello, Caleb. Oop. Alright. And just enough for some new boots. Sweet. Alright, now where's the, oh, damn it, the camera keeps switching around every time I come out of a store. Okay, that's where we were. Oh, there's the bar. The guild. Wait, is there no Orbin place here? Oh wait, is it in the lobby of the factory? Is that where you are? Yeah, okay. Open that up. Open that up. Alright. Okay. Space quartz only. Oh, alright. I can only throw a range 1 in there. That's all I've got for right now. So you've got to move 2, AP cut. Alright, well, whatever. I'll worry about shifting this stuff around later. Yeah, good enough for now. Yeah, I don't want to bore you guys by, consulting the book and, figuring out exactly what layout I want to give her. Let's go kick monster butts. Now that we've got Tita in our party. Is this it? This is the tunnel. We've got to go to... Aw, come on. I wanted to go punch monsters. Damn it. Son of a biscuit. Alright, fine. Fine. I'll move the plot forward, but just a little bit. Speaking of which, you got anything interesting on sale? Oh, HP 3, huh? Okay. I'll take one of those, sure. Well, actually, let me hold on a second. What else we got? Confuse. Okay. Demo shield 2. Interesting. Oh, hey, evade 3. Some expensive crap here, though. Sleep. Alright. But you don't have an impede 3. I have an impede 3, though. Flame says, I too was looking forward to some punching. We're gonna need another one of those eventually. is. Oof. Things are expensive. Okay. Actually, what are your stats? I didn't even look. Oh my god! Your health is pathetic! Oh man, I should probably buy that HP 3 and give it to you? Oh my god! Why? What level are you? You're level 18? Okay, I mean, yeah, you're trailing us by a bit, but holy biscuits! Alright, well, let's, for now... let's see, Dex, range, that's not bad. How much was that, HP 3? 15%? Yeah, I think we're going to invest in that. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, Tita, but your HP sucks. Okay, you're going to be our healer. Radio says, yep, Tita's known for being squishy. Alright. Okay, 564. Tita, that's still pathetic. But, yeah. And your hat is weird. Yeah, I should probably do one of those things where I... Oh, she's already kind of in the back of the pack. And we'll see how that works out. I mean, she's got a ranged weapon anyway, so... Kid, are you still doing the thing? Proper item display is essential. The balance is still all off. Huh? Oh, Tita, it's you. Got work at the central factory again today? Yeah, you're helping out here? Yeah, I'm in charge of merchandise display. My dad doesn't have a lick of sense about it. Oh, so you're the one who keeps everything lined up so nice and straight. Yeah, that's all me. All me. Okay, next is the fruit ellipsis. See you at school on Sunday. Okay, see you then. Don't forget to finish your homework this time, you stupid. We have to talk to everybody because the dialogue has changed. Let's go back in here, and we will start at the top and work our way down. Actually, let's go into the basement first, and go into this room down here. And is this open? Wait, this was the stairs? Yeah. I am pathetic. Well, at least you're not error. Y'all get that reference? Okay. What did I see in that guy? Oh, man, yeah, we suck. He's not good looking, with that half-asleep expression on his face all the time. Ellipsis. He didn't have any real redeeming qualities. Yeah, you know... Oh, is it this guy? I heard a rumor that Faye just broke up with her boyfriend. Now's my chance. I'll wow her with my mad work skills. Hey, see that guy over there? Some nice work ethic, huh? Yeah. It's always a shame when people you care about are, like, dating someone who it's clear they don't even like. It's like, why are you doing this to yourself? And it's tough because they're people you care about, so you want them to be happy, and it's like, but it's not really your call or your business. Frustrating stuff. It just really bugs me. I fix one thing and another thing pops up because of it. Never gonna finish. Yeah, I know the feels, man. Hello, Tita. Sorry to have called you in so suddenly like that. No worries at all, sir. So, Ellipsis, any progress? How's the orbital calculator? It'll take a little longer. Not that I was expecting it to be repaired overnight. Yes, sir. I wish I could be more help, but I'm, 5 or whatever. It's fine, don't worry. I didn't have any plans to use it yet anyway. Nothing I actually needed to calculate. I'll call you if I need you. Yes, sir. Goodbye. So are we gonna go see my grandfather, or are we just gonna talk to everyone in town? Yes. Well, if it isn't cute little Tita, inappropriate. You're just in time. In time for what, sleazeball? I've just developed very, interesting agricultural specimen in the greenhouse. Oh yeah, I just grabbed it and stuck it in my pocket. I'd very much like for you to try it and give your opinion. What do you say? Ellipsis, is this specimen you're talking about, Ellipsis, tomato? That's right, how did you, Ellipsis? I just talked to Terry. He told me something about you trying to feed him some kind of bitter tomato. Did he, now? Oops, look at the time, I have to finish this tour. I'm sorry, Ray, I'll talk to you later on, okay? No one wants your tomatoes, Ray. No one wants your tomatoes. Ah, my back! Never mind, just my imagination. Back to work! Okay. Weirdo. Terry's back hurts! Why, hell... Oh, ignore me, talk to Tita. Sure, fine. I see how it is. Sure, I'm not as cute as the little girl, but... I mean... Fine. Well, hello, Tita. How is your grandfather? Is he doing well? Yes, ma'am. He's still as healthy as ever. That's good to hear. But the strange work schedule he keeps is sure to catch up with him eventually. And then he'll die. And you'll be all alone. Please tell him not to miss his next checkup. Yes, ma'am, I will. Tita, you've definitely picked up your reasonable nature from your grandfather, Ellipsis. Unlike your unreasonable grandmother. Good golly, that person. But he's always coming up with the most outlandish excuses to miss his checkups. Nobody likes prostate exams, what can I say? It's rather like dealing with a small child, Ellipsis. I mean, have you ever tried to examine a child's prostate? I bet they fuss. Ellipsis, sounds like Grandpa, all right? Kitty! Oh, what's that mean? Yeah, oh. Let's see. Consulting the Kitty Dictionary. Okay. Okay. And, oh, it's the same cat from outside, it took the elevator up to the 3rd floor. Says, so, we meet again, Ellipsis, fleshy thing. We do indeed, Antoine. We do indeed. I can't find that blasted paperwork anywhere, Prometheus. It might be faster to just pull out all the blueprints and start over from scratch. Hey, Tita. Igor. How to go changing those lights in the Chaldia tunnel? Well, Ellipsis. Went okay. Went okay? You did change the lights, though, didn't you? Oh, yes, I changed them all one of them. Okay, then, good work. You're lucky you had a couple of bracers with you on that last assignment, eh? When I was younger, I got into all kinds of scrapes, Ellipsis. Yes, I can imagine. I'll be careful. We need a researcher who can help work on Arcee's new experimental engines. It's the center of the ship's design, so we can't have just anyone working in there. It won't be easy to find such a person, but we can't leave the Arcee's engine as is. It'll explode. I think we may need a fresh point of view on it. guns. I think it's safe to say the orbital guns research is moving along nicely. It'll take time to properly micronize the components, but we can do it. If things go smoothly, we can have them on the shelves soon. I hope they end up being big sellers. Yes, I hope everyone has a gun. Anything the matter? The professor's private facilities are the southwest corner of town. If you learn anything, please let me know. I have to admit, part of this is intensely fascinating. Hey, can we go in your private room? No? Okay. What if I knock over your cup of pencils? Well, if it isn't Tita and those two racers from before, thank you so much for collecting those books for me. Thanks to you, my to-do box is nice and empty. Just the way I like it. Hello, Tita. Where are you off to today? I'm going to show these two where I live. They have something to discuss with Grandpa, it would seem. Oh, I see. Bye, Hazel. Welcome to maintenance. To tell you the truth, I'm really a factory researcher. Well, a junior researcher. I'm studying ordnance service and maintenance right now. One day I'd love to have my own research laboratory. Oh, that's fascinating. Bye. The airliner Cecilia is currently in port, having just arrived from the west. All passengers en route to the Grand Cell region, please proceed to the gates. Yep, see, Kitty is not out here anymore. Docking is a go! Time for final liftoff check! Man, this ship is never gonna leave. Bunch of people sitting on the ship going like, are we ever going to get off the tarmac? For crying out loud, I have places to be. You look like you've been working hard. How about a nice cold drink? Welcome! I have all kinds of beautiful flowers. Please have a look. Okay. Alright, I looked. Hello, Tita. Hello, Vince. Off to work at the factory? Well, do your best. Thank you. I'm not actually off to work at the factory, but wasn't really interested in talking to you, so I'm not going to mention that. Hello. Yeah, ignore me. That's fine. Hello, Tita. Should I put her in the front of my party? Jeez. Showing some guests around? Oh, hello, Elise. Looking for some new flowers? Yes, that's right, Ellipsis. Every time I go shopping, Vince starts to complain about every little thing. Like a child. Like some small child. Always complaining. And pooping. He's as particular as certain other people I could name. I'm not obsessive, it's just that Mother can be so obtuse. Okay, well, I mean, he has a decent vocabulary, I'll give him that. What did you just say? Please don't fight, Ellipsis. I must strangle my child. Hi, that's incredible! A staircase that moves! Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, though. These staircases have been here the entire time. They haven't gone anywhere. That's funny. And I need to be absolutely certain it won't before I take it even one cell out of here. I'd hate to break down in the middle of a nest of monsters. I'm sorry. Did I miss the front part of your conversation? Hey, Tita, thanks again for helping clean up. Tell your grandfather to place his orders early when he starts running low. What do I do? Father told me to go buy bread, Ellipsis. All this bread looks the same. Which one do I choose? Well, first of all, that's not bread. That looks like a barrel of tomatoes. Next to a barrel of maybe apples. And a barrel of, I don't know, plums? But either... Oh, no. Under the... She's looking past the barrels. Under the awning is bread. Okay. Alright, Monica. Alright, you're in my good book. You're doing fine. I was not following your sightline properly. There is indeed bread over there. Okay. Monica's okay. Alright, I was worried about Monica for a moment, but yep, she's fine. I helped Professor Russell build this orbital clock. Orbins drive it, don't you know? Long as the orbital power don't stop, the clock will keep running. Generally how powered items work. As long as they have power, they keep running. When they don't have power, they stop. It's genuinely how it goes, yeah. Not many remember the old days anymore when Zeiss was that clock town. Leads out to the highway to Grantsville, my house on the southwest. Right. Oh, alright, let's see. We want to... Alright, start at the church and work our way back. No. Here we go. Welcome to the Septine Church. Please approach and pray. The church is quite simple, isn't it? So different from the surrounding buildings. I wonder if there's a revolving chair or some other hidden gimmick. This is the last stop on my liberal pilgrimage. Quite a strange feeling. Is that young Tita I see? Hello, Father. It appears your grandfather is as busy as he ever was, ellipsis. When your work is slowed down, we'll be eagerly waiting for you here at Sunday school. You're still a child, Tita. I think it's important for you to spend time with other children. Yes, Father, I'll try. If you need to talk, I'm always here, ready to listen. The church is not solely a house of prayers, you know. Are you all bracers? Staying arms and guards has the means to fill your needs. My shop is just across the street from the Bracer Guild, so drop by anytime. Oh my goodness. Anything new? Nope. Joshua, Estelle, Professor Russell's private laboratory is in the southwest corner of town. Kalika, are you psychic? How did you know we were on our way to the professor's? Come now. You're with the professor's granddaughter, aren't you? Well, yeah, but we could have kidnapped her. Guess this saves me the time of reporting in, right? The professor is a very busy man. Don't keep him waiting. Bye, Tita. Keep your eye on those two for me, okay? Yes, ma'am, I will, ellipsis. I'd love it if everybody thought of my place as the little neighborhood store. I try to keep a little something for everyone on the shelves. It's hard to balance the logistics, but nothing worthwhile ever came easy, right? No, I don't agree with that. How are we doing on supplies? Fine. Do we have this one? Yes. Hey, a woolly knit hat. Cute, fluffy yarn cap. Great gift for a young girl. We've got our work helmets, and they're all defense +3, so it's fine. It's fine. My husband never orders the proper amounts of anything. I keep telling him to take more care of the merchandise that sells better, ellipsis. Doesn't he know anything about being a salesman? It's Tita! Tita, let's play Orbaldilly Engineers again. This time I get to hobgoblin the ding bezel Orballerator, okay? Sorry, Dee Dee, I have to show my friends around first. Maybe next time, okay? Okay. Yes, ma'am, Professor Tita. There's an odd child. Or maybe a normal child, I don't know. Hi. Welcome to Zachenrad Hotel. It's one of the most storied hotels in the history of Liberl. It's been run by my family for over 6 generations now. Great, what's in your linen closet? Okay, sheets are done. Let's stick to the stock that. Yeah, we read this. Clean with fury. Anyone else staying here? No. No. Whoops. Hi, Tita! Uriel, finished with school? Don't be silly, Tita. I'm like 6. I'll be in school for the next 12 years. Sunday school isn't today. It's not Sunday. Oh, it wasn't? Tita, dear. Pumpkin bread. You need to rest. And come to school sometime, too. Everyone wants to see you again. Okay, I've just been really busy lately. Are there child labor laws in Zeiss? I'll come back as soon as I can. It's a promise, right? Hold on, Ellipsis. Tita, what are you doing here? Louise, aren't you supposed to be working in the design room? Yeah, but first they wanted me to finish calibrating the orbital guns, which is why I'm standing in front of a bookcase in my home. Are you showing these 2 bracers the ropes or something then? Yes, I am. We're on our way back to my house now. Speaking of your house, Tita, it sure has been quiet around there of late. No gas leaks or explosions. Explosions. I wouldn't go so far as to say explosions, Louise. Just a little flying glass, Ellipsis. Just a little flying grass. How, Ellipsis, exciting? Whatever, I want to see the professor's newest inventions as much as anyone. Don't stop your tests due to worries about collateral damage. Okay, thank you, Ellipsis. Good luck on the production of the new orbital guns. Many thanks, nose to all the old grindstone and all that. Like, I mean, if I had a grindstone, I'm not going to press my face against it. That sounds really, really painful. Well, isn't this a treat? How are you, Tita? And how's Professor Russell? Same as ever, I trust? Yes, sir, he's doing well. That's good. Would you like a beer? He's been spending all of his time lately working on new experiments. I don't know if that's entirely healthy. You should try to get him outside a little often. Or maybe inside a bar to buy drinks. Okay, I'll try, but once he gets into a new project, it's really hard to get him to listen. That sounds like your grandfather, all right. Whoop. What? People tied up in research have always been seen as having Ellipsis health issues. It's how provincial Zeiss food came about. Easy to cook, easy to eat, and nutritious. We Zeiss cooks all make our recipes around these 3 basic criteria. Yeah, flame, a little collateral damage, never hurt anyone. Unless they were the collateral. I know this soup looks a little bit strange, Ellipsis, but when I actually tried it, it was delicious! Just throw it all in a pot and warm it up. I'm impressed. You're not just some lazy slug after all. Where are you talking to? Gotta hand it to old Russell, though. I was an old clockmaker right alongside him. I had to retire because of my eyes, but I sure hope Professor Russell's a lifer. I hope he works till he dies. Stop doing that, camera. Camera should be in the same orientation when I leave the building. It's really disorienting when it's not. This store's owner is Stain, the guy who lives just next door to here. He's really pushing for us not to carry any of the new cutting-edge weaponry. Takes the joy out of the job, I tell ya. Says that the newest stuff isn't reliable enough for him to stock in good faith, Ellipsis. But he's turning down the newest prototypes from the best factory inventors. Some of these things can perforate a rhinocider. What a waste. Huh? If it isn't Tita! Hey, Ellipsis, these guys are Ellipsis. That's right, they're bracers. I'm showing them to my house eventually. Yeah, I thought so. I'm Wong, Zeiss Branch. I'm new here myself, so we're kind of in the same boat. Is that right? Well, it's great to meet you. I'm Junior Bracer Estelle. This is Ellipsis. Joshua. Pleasure to meet you. I'd heard from Kalika earlier about some pretty amazing juniors coming to Zeiss. Your reputation precedes you. Aw, you're making me blush. I'm afraid we're not quite as good as you might have heard. We were just lucky multiple times. We had the help of some amazing senior bracers and some very generous civilians. Ha! Charisma is a praiseworthy quality too, you know. At any rate, we're understaffed. We need you. Welcome aboard. Thank you, Wong. Indeed. Thank you. Alright, break time's finished. Back to work I go. Alright. Looks like you're just kind of wandering around your house, buddy. Tita, come on in. You're already in, but yeah, come on in further. Everyone just got back from a little family trip. Muriel wore herself out. Goddess, I hate this. Hi, Muriel. How was your trip? Oh, it was the best. I had such a great time, but then I came back here, and life went directly down the toilet. What was waiting for me? Boring days and mountains of Sunday school homework? Sorry to hear that. Yeah, good old Muriel. Ray of Sunshine Muriel. Alright, I think that's everybody. Hey, hey, Ellipsis, this is my house. Wow. This is a nice place. Professor Russell's here? No, I think he's in the workshop, which would be here through this door. We should go and say hi then. Yes, after we explore the house. Bunny! I'm home, Grandpa. Well, I'm sorry, I should have knocked before I came in. Grrr, Ellipsis. Okay, maybe this way, Ellipsis? Ellipsis. Ellipsis, so this is the professor. I would have... yeah, I would have taken another pass at that animation. Nice to meet you, Ellipsis. My name is Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. We actually came to get your expert opinion on... Ellipsis? Ellipsis. Got it! Eek? Haha, I did it! It's finally complete! That's right, who's the man? I'm the man. Yes, I should start testing it at once. What the hell? I'm sorry, Estelle, Ellipsis. Grandpa kind of goes into a trance when he's working, and he doesn't really notice what's going on around him. I think he just finished up the device he's been working on for the past few days. Ah, I see. He really is something. Oh, he's something, alright. I'm so embarrassed, Ellipsis. Well, tell you what, why don't we go into the caverns and, you know, beat up monsters? Grandpa, there are some people here who need to talk to you. Ellipsis? Oh, Tita, you've come at just the right time. I need your help with compiling the data from these tests. But Grandpa, Ellipsis, this new invention will actually block a biosensor orbment's detection faculties. It emits a unique orbital force field that deflects the energy that a biosensor sends out when it scans. Oh, really? Yes, really. Since when do I overstate my own accomplishments, except that one time? Now come on, we've got testing to do. Right! So they start working on some complex looking equipment, and we just kind of stand here. Hey now, ellipsis. Never mind, Estelle. I think we should just let them be for a little while. Hey, you with the black hair. Me? Who else? On the upstairs bookcase is a notebook titled Orbital Energy as Applied to Force Fields. Go get it. Go on, be quick about it. Put in a request with the Bracer Guild. Alright. Wait, Joshua. Ellipsis. Hey, young lady, you with the antenna hair. Oh, okay, yeah, she has the cowlick in front. Antenna, and I guess the bangs framing her face, sure. Oh, no, you didn't. Quit farting around and make some coffee. Why should I have to make you coffee? I take it black, by the way. I want it clear as mud. You're not hearing a word I say, ellipsis. Fine, whatever. Just don't be surprised if I spit in your coffee. Yep, perfect. All set, Grandpa. Just as fast as ever. Oh, ellipsis. Where are Estelle and Joshua? Who? Come to think of it, I do vaguely recall a couple of young folks, ellipsis. Murdoch sent along some fresh faces then, I presume? Grandpa, ellipsis. And so Estelle and Joshua inadvertently wound up as assistants in the experiment. After many small but relatively harmless explosions and some singeing of the eyebrows, the day gave way to evening, ellipsis. Sorry about all that. I just assumed you were both new employees at the Central Factory. So it's only natural that you wound up being drafted as assistants. This is no laughing matter, especially since the only thing you had me helping with was making coffee. Girls can bang metal parts together too, old man. Damn straight, Estelle. Relax, Estelle. We got some valuable experience out of the deal in the end. Do we have a recipe for coffee? How often does one get to participate in startup tests on a brand new type of orbit, after all? Well, now, you're a bright lad then, aren't you? Unlike Estelle. Want to give up this bracer nonsense and start up in the field of orbital engineering? Grandpa. I'm really sorry, guys, ellipsis. I guess I got caught up in the moment, too. You don't need to apologize, sweetie. But I thought the father of orbital revolution was going to be some really amazing man, ellipsis, not some old fart with attention deficit issues. Please, you're too kind. Moving on. So, I'm being paid a visit by the children of Cassius. That's quite the surprise. So, you really do know our dad? Yes, from way back when. I've known him since his army days, some 20 years or so. I've met him too. He had the really nice mustache, right? Well, I don't know if I call it nice so much as suspicious looking. But if he's known Dad for that long, it looks like we'll be safe and trusting you-know-what with Professor Russell after all. Yes, I have to agree. Eh? What are you talking about? And what was it you wanted my help with? Well, ellipsis. We explained the stuff. I see! Wow, ellipsis, a pitch-black orbit, ellipsis. Yes, most intriguing. And with no inscribed caliber or seams, ellipsis. Look at that frame, too, ellipsis. He produced a cutting tool from his belt. Without a word, he pushed the blade's edge against the outer shell of the orbit. Wait, what are you doing? It's a special alloy steel cutter, ellipsis. Just as I thought, ellipsis. Here, take a look. It's filled with caramel! Okay, ellipsis. Estelle, Joshua, and Tita peered intently at the black orbit. Huh? There's not even a scratch, ellipsis. Ellipsis. The frame is made from some type of metal that I've never before encountered. It's alien! Opening it up for a closer look is going to be quite the task, I think. That's just crazy, ellipsis. Now, if we can't find some way to open it, we'll be right back to square one, ellipsis. Well, I can certainly spend some time on trying, ellipsis, but first, I think that maybe we should put it under a measurement scan. What now? That huge piece of equipment you saw when we were working on the experiment, it can gauge orbital energy actively in real time. You're making my head hurt with your techno-babble. Just tell me what using that thing will accomplish. To put it in layman's term, it'll allow us to see just what this orbit does. We won't be able to draw any definitive conclusions just from measuring what kind of orbital activity is occurring, but it's a start. And that should give us a major clue. Indeedy-do. So, without further ado, ellipsis. Grandpa, ellipsis, shouldn't we have lunch first, or judging by the lighting, dinner? Sure. Stella and Joshua, you're both welcome to join us. I can't promise it'll be anything special, but ellipsis. Sounds great to me! 8th note. We'll even help with the prep. Alright, come on then. I've got a bit to do while lunch is prepared. No, I want to see it too. No fair working when I'm not around. My house, my rules. What is up with these two ellipses? Now I see where she gets it, ellipses. Ah, yes indeed. Ahem. Now, if everyone is ready, let's get started. Estelle, if you'll put the orbit on the stand, ellipsis. Okay, ellipsis. Like this? Yes, thank you. Are you ready, Tita? All set. Good. Good. Now commencing orbital force measurement test on ellipsis, the black orbit. Black orbit, so that's going to be the official name after all? You capitalized it and everything? But using it officially is so boring and ellipsis simple. Why not something cool like ellipsis dark thingy of impending doom? That is better. It's got a nice ring to it. No, simple is best. Anything longer than black orbit would just be annoying to say. Fidget. Aw, look at her. She's all anxious to start. Or she has to go to the bathroom. Huh? Oh, alright, let's begin. Tita, if you'll activate the scanner, please. Okay. Output set at 45. There were only 2 dots in that previous ellipsis. Put all measuring equipment on standby, ellipsis. Roger, ellipsis. You okay? Done. All measuring equipment is calibrated. Okay, from here on out is the real deal. Since no direct input or output was detected, all we can do is measure how the central crystal circuit responds, ellipsis. Now let's see just how much this contraption is really worth. You're sure in a good mood. And click! Clash. Neat, ellipsis. It's all glowing and stuff. I get it. It's putting a major strain on the crystal circuit, ellipsis. There, ellipsis. Tita, any readings? I really should have put the damn monitor over here, but yeah. Yes, ellipsis, they're kind of weird, ellipsis. The tachometer needle's shaking. The tachometer needle's shaking like crazy. Now it's spinning around the dial. What? Oh no, we've opened a portal to another dimension and the old gods are gonna come through. Eek. What's going on here? We should never have messed with forces we don't understand. Joshua, ellipsis. It's the same black light from before. What? See, this looks like, post-dinner time. I don't know, even the light on the door went off. Power outage. Are the escalators going to stop? Yes, they do. Alright, nice. But is Antoine the cat okay? Hey, what the hell? Hey, man, it's all dark in here, man! I was reading my book, and Grandpa, it won't take much more of this! We have to shut it down! Don't you dare! Just a little longer and we'll have something, ellipsis. Wait a second, all the lights in town are going out. Huh? What in ellipsis? Bah, we have no choice then. Terminating the experiment. No, ellipsis. They're back on, ellipsis. Whew, ellipsis. Let's see the readout, ellipsis. Nothing. It didn't record anything. And the only thing that kept working was the scanner on which the black orbit sat. But even that, well, ellipsis. As for everything else, Ellipsis... Good, Ellipsis. It looks like the experiment's finished. How's it outside? Fine, Ellipsis. All the lights are back, like nothing happened. There's still a lot of people panicking, though. You think people would just be kind of mildly annoyed, like, you know, him causing a citywide power outage is something that happens a couple times a month. Okay, Ellipsis. But just what the hell was all that? That, Ellipsis, was what I would dub the orbital shutdown phenomenon. The what down? You mean how everything inside all the orbments just stopped working at once? So the black orbment did this? Yes, I've no doubt. But I would never have dared to guess that its effect would be so extensive. Ellipsis. There's definitely more to this than I expected. More than meets the eye. Interesting. Most interesting indeed. Only you would think causing a blackout over an entire city is interesting, Ellipsis. Professor! Ah, Murdoch, just the man I wanted to see. The feeling is not mutual. Every single time you invent something, it means trouble for me. What the hell were you up to that would cause all of the power downtown to go out? How rude. It's not even my fault this time. See that there? That's the black orbment. And it caused this. Is that the ellipsis? Okay, I get it. If that's the root of this, then it's genuine extenuating circumstances, but it still means that this was your fault. Ah, nuts, you got me, Ellipsis. That's it? They're just okay again? Are they always like this? This is so embarrassing, Ellipsis. And so, the first day in Zeiss kept everyone busy. Due to how late it was, Estelle and Joshua stayed at the lab for the night. Do. Man, Ellipsis, yesterday was such a crazy day. I was surprised enough at the town, but I really wasn't expecting to deal with anything like that. Haha, no kidding. But back on the subject of the black orbment, Ellipsis. It's much more powerful than I'd ever imagined possible. Yeah, Ellipsis. What's the prof gonna do now that his equipment's gone all kerflooey? Good morning, guys. Morning, Tita. Good morning, Ellipsis. Quite a big day yesterday. No kidding. Did you guys sleep okay? Yep, like babies. Heart. Is the professor already up? Oh, he left for the central factory early this morning. He said something about how he was going to expose all the Black Orbit's secrets. Wow, looks like getting roared at over and over by the factory chief yesterday didn't even put a dent in him. We really appreciate both of you taking the time just to look over something a couple of relative strangers brought you. Oh, it's fine, really. Grandpa's investigating it out of pure curiosity more than anything. I should go to the factory myself once I'm done with breakfast. What do you plan to do? Naturally, we'll be coming with you. I want to know what's really going on with that orbment, too. Maybe there's something we can do to help. Yay! Then you can come with me! Uh-oh, I almost forgot about the soup. Just a second, you two. I'll bring you breakfast as soon as I make sure it's edible and not on fire. I guess that's what that smell is, Ellipsis, but man, what a cutie. I wish we could take her back with us to Roland. And stuff her and mount her on our wall. She could be like a pet, cheering us up whenever we're feeling down. That's kind of creepy, Estelle. Yeah, And now that we've had a good breakfast, Ellipsis, off to the Central Factory. Before we do that, I'd like to check in at the guild. I think it might be best to report on what happened yesterday, just to be on the safe side. Well... okay, Ellipsis. Hey, Tita, would you mind if we stopped by there on our way? Sure, go ahead. Alright. Anything new? No. just talk to her, I guess. Well, before we advance the story... Oh, alright. Fine. Fine. Are you still marveling at the escalators? Hey, did you ever fix your can? Oh, I guess he's happy with the cans. Is he inside? Where is he? There. No, that's Dee Dee. Where's the other one? Oh, no, here he is. Oh, Tita, it's you. Yesterday sure was something else, don't you think? Did the orbits at your house all suddenly stop, too? Yeah, they did. We were all surprised. Yeah, they stopped all over. It was scary looking out and seeing the whole town dark. I'd forgotten how dark it got at night without orbital lights. You know it. Golly. Alright. Good morning. That was some day yesterday, wasn't it? When you are ready, we'd like your full report on it. Business as usual, Kalika? I've heard the basics from the factory chief already, Ellipsis, but I'd like to expand that account with some first-hand details. Well, Ellipsis, we explain the stuff. I see, Ellipsis. So the orbment was sent to Cassius in secret was in fact something dangerous. So the orbment that was sent to... The Guild is very interested in these developments. We need to continue working with Professor Russell for the present. We thought you'd say that. When we have more information, we'll contact you immediately. Yeah. Are you gonna let me into the, down here? Yep. No, that guy's no longer here. Yes, it does. Oh, come on! I want to go fight monsters! Gosh darn it! Ah. Tita, everyone, how are you? Professor Russell is in the workshop on the 3rd floor. Seemed pretty impatient, like he was waiting on something or someone. Alright. Ah, another failure. He says to us. Grandpa, we came to see if we could help. Ah, hello, Tito. And you two are here as well, I see. What can I say? We were worried. So, what you working on? Well, as you can see, I'm trying to cut into the black orbit ellipsis. But it hasn't been going very well. What seems to be the problem? Perhaps a demonstration is in order, ellipsis. And click! Flash. Hey, a table saw. Whoa, what's that thing? A circular saw and a table. Could call it a table saw. It's made of a special alloy that can cut through basically anything. Ellipsis. That ought to do it then. It broke my saw! Ellipsis, it stopped ellipsis. I thought that might happen. Ellipsis. It's on a smaller scale, but it's the same phenomenon as yesterday. Seems like the black orbment is blocking the functionality of the other orbments, interfering with them in some way. So what if you tried a non-orbment powered tool? Like just a handheld hacksaw or something. Or a hammer. And I doubt it was solely made for the purpose of killing the lights. Yeah, ellipsis. But Grandpa, ellipsis. Doesn't the effect spread like it did last night? Yes, good thinking. This interference with nearby orbment seems to spread out, moving from orbment to orbment like chain lightning. It's an EMP bomb. I'd put the range at about 5 arg. But if there are no orbments powered on within that range, well, then that's where the effect stops. I see, Ellipsis, that makes sense. However, even with that knowledge, there's no way to know why it causes machines to simply stop without getting a look inside it. It's very troubling. Is there any way to destroy the thing? Maybe with a good scream and a really hard whack? That'll be ridiculous. Don't you see the big... Didn't you see the big saw do exactly nothing to it just a moment ago? Well, yeah, Ellipsis. Anyone thought of trying fire? Maybe it'd melt down in a blast furnace or something. If we did that, the insides of it would melt too, Ellipsis. Oh, yeah, well, it's worth a shot. Ellipsis. Actually, it might work. Really? You know of a way to burn it open? No, that's not what I meant. Orbital power, Ellipsis, that which drives orbments to work. Ellipsis can't be used for this problem. Yeah, that's what I just said. We'll have to find a way that doesn't rely on any orbital energy. Hit it with a stick! Is there even such a thing? The combustion engine, Ellipsis. It's a device that burns fuel to generate energy. The idea has been around for a long time, but it's very inefficient when compared to an orbital engine. However, all you need to work on them are standard tools. Huh. Neat. I get it, Ellipsis. Fire is the key. But, Grandpa, Ellipsis, I've never even seen one of them. I'm pretty certain that there's one under study at the Central Factory Workshop. Oh, you'll need to get fuel as well. Like oil or something? No, it's called gasoline. It's extremely flammable. There's likely a tank or canister if it's stored in reserve. Ellipsis, yes, it should do the job. I'll start getting the tools ready. I'll help, Ellipsis. Is there anything we can do? I mean, I can't do anything super technical like Tita can, Ellipsis. Well, you could go get the engine and gasoline. It's going to be heavy, but you bracers should be strong enough to move it. Okay, leave it to us. So, Ellipsis, where would we find these? Ellipsis, let's see, Ellipsis. Don't tell me you've forgotten, Ellipsis. I've forgotten. He just said not to say that. Stell? If you look in the operations room, you could probably find them. What the heck is an operations room? It's a room with a bunch of orbital computers. It's on the 5th floor. We store all kinds of information there for safekeeping. Wow, didn't even know there was such a place, even though we've been in that room a couple times now. Then I leave it in your capable hands. Making coffee, fetching stuff. Well played, old man. Well played. Oh well, let's go find this operations room thingy. To the 5th floor, then! Is Tita coming with us? No, she's out of the party again. Oh, what are you doing? I need that combustion engine and some gas! Remember, they're in storage in the operations in the 5th floor. I have come for your gas. Wow, Ellipsis, check out this place we've been to before. This has to be the operations room. Hey, you two. I haven't seen you before, except the last time I saw you and the time before that, so you mind telling me what business you have in here? My name's Travis, Senior Engineer and Supervisor. Nice to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. And we're also video game protagonists, so we can go anywhere that's not unlocked, so neener neener. We're here at the request of Professor Russell, so if... Professor Russell? He's not in trouble again, is he? Again, says he. You really don't have much faith in him, do you? No, I mean, Ellipsis, I realize that he's a genius. He was the one who developed the Capel unit, after all. But even being acquainted with him results in no end of trouble. Tita, on the other hand, is an incredibly sweet girl, just an all-around good kid. Ellipsis, yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't think we have time to stand around talking in this case. We need to find where the Central Factory stores its equipment. Oh, it stores it in the storage room. Is that what this is all about? In that case, go right ahead. I'll show you how it works. I need to refill my water. So, we're gonna gamble and see if I'm actually wearing pants. Because whether I'm wearing pants or not, I'm standing up because I need to refill my water. Be right back. This cylindrical device is a type of computer. It's called the Capel. These days, they mostly get used to assist in airship navigation, ellipsis. But this one is equipped for the fastest general-purpose data processing in the world. It can be used for anything from calculating material density to information retrieval. Pardon. Now, for information retrieval, ellipsis. Yep. Goodness. You have to use this front panel to select that mode. That will send the signal through the wiring and allow you to access the memory orbit. There's a quartz inside that trains a rapid light pulse on it, you see. Then it simply extracts the data you want. So, I trust you know how it works now? Sure. I'm impressed, Estelle. You're way better with modern technology than I am. Okay, so I lied. All that stuff went completely over my head. Well, here's the setup. You change the mode with this panel. I'm sure you'll figure it out in no time. How's it going? Hey, how's the orbital calculator holding up? My meters are saying that everything is running smoothly. Go ahead. Touch the panel. You should figure out what to do quickly enough. The orbital calculator. Information retrieval. Okay, database access. Please input search term. Central factory. Oh, well, let's just... Death of Professor Epstein, the horrible guy. Cypress Trees. Professor A. Russell returns to the Liberal Kingdom. He proposes the spread of orbital technology to a chilly reception. Russell forms a partnership with the Zeiss Clockmakers Union. Together they establish the Zeiss Engineering Factory, later renamed the Central Factory. A few years later, Edgar III, after an inspection of the factory, donates a large amount of money to further its research. Russell becomes the first factory chief. A couple of years later, he dies, and Alicia II assumes the throne. A couple of years later, construction is completed on the Langland Bridge. Professor's pretty old. First orbital, a couple of years later, first orbital powered airship, the Calatrava, is completed. 39 failed test flights before success was achieved. The Zeiss, then 5 years later, the Zeiss Engineering Factory is renamed Zeiss Central Factory and begins sharing technology with the Verne Company and the Reinford Company. 2 years later, Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation established, and the transmit computer airship, the Lindy, is commissioned. Transmit computer airship, the Sicily, is commissioned. Next year, the Libnitz is completed, and a couple years later, Zeiss Central Factory is dismantled and reconstructed at its current site. The partially underground factory in the Chaldia Hills is completed. Professor Russell resigns from his position as factory chief and is succeeded by Murdoch. He's been there for 30 years? Okay. Natural science, it's like, what? It's 12-10, 12-12, I forget what the year is. Natural science divisions are founded. Passenger ship Eternia sinks in the Gulford waters. Crown Prince Judas dies. 90, the Orbital Network, a joint venture with the Epstein Foundation, is publicly announced. 92, outbreak of the 100 Days War. The central factor is taken by the Urbonian Empire. Professor Russell developed patrol airships at Leishton Fortress, which are used to mount a highly effective counteroffensive and soon become central to the Royal Army. 93. Liberal and Urbonian sign a peace accord. Orbital exports to the Urbonian Empire resume. 97. Version 1.0, the capital orbital computer is completed. A few years later, the development commences the high-speed cruiser, the RSA, and 3 years later, the RSA is completed and flight tests commence. Nice. I'm actually going to call it because my voice is starting to leave, and we've got a lot of reading to do. So let's save here for tonight, and we'll continue this next week. I'll be playing a different game on Sunday. I haven't chosen which game yet, but I'll pick something. And in the meantime, podcast tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you want to know where I was last weekend. Kind of a funny story. And then 2 weeks until the Extra Life 24-hour video game marathon to raise money for Rady Children's Hospital. So if you look below the, you can see the donateextralife.org/participant/Andrew Eisen. Donate there. That page is where I have the whole donation goals and donation incentives and milestones and all the cool things I'll be doing. So far I've announced Super Mario Maker 2, be playing that. Donors can submit levels and stuff for me to play. If we raise enough money, I'll be playing Ring Fit Adventure, which will help keep me awake. And if we raise even more money, I'll start strapping on weights as I play Ring Fit Adventure. And I've got a lot of weights, so if we raise a lot of money, that is going to be a very difficult game to play. But it's for the children, so it'll be worth it. Got some other stuff planned, so look forward to announcements on that. But if you can't wait for that, just check out the donation page. I've got that all set up. So that's it for tonight. Appreciate you all hanging out with me. Hope you had fun, and I will see you another time. Take care, everyone.